Patreon member shout out. Sasageyo, sasageyo, shinzo, sasageyo, subeta no gasewa, ima kono no tiketome ni, sasageyo, sasageyo, sasumabe. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you with a little Attack on Titan. This is a Veve Omi update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So on my stream this morning, where we had a bunch of people get the ultra rares, which is super fantastic. They actually are on sale right now at the marketplace. If you didn't get any of the rares or the commons or the uncommons, fret not. They're all on the marketplace being sold for a lot less than what they were. The rares you can get for about $70. At least they were. But on my live stream this morning, we were talking about Disney buying Veve. And that's obviously not the title of this video, but it is something that have been asked multiple times on my stream. And I was like, why would Disney buy Veve? Like, where did the rumor come from? And then I had just had a seen a Dan Lee video on would Disney buy Veve or Ecomi, and I was like, oh, that's where it came from. So I watched a little bit of his video, and I was like, okay, this makes a little bit of sense on why I was getting so many questions of will Veve buy will Disney buy Veve, Omi, or Ecomi? One, I don't think that was going to happen. That interview that had happened with Dan Crothers, where he soft kind of mentioned that, or at least entertained the idea, saying like, oh, if this would happen, this. It was from a while ago. Nothing really ever came of that. Again, I don't really see Disney going to buying Ecomi. They very well could. Again, that would not be near the largest idea that would not be near the largest deal that they had penned. But the agreements that they have, I'm pretty sure, are just for Ecomi to be able to use Disney NFTs using their characters, whether it's the Disney princesses, or again, they own pretty much everyone now. We could have our own Sports Center NFTs, and that would be the property of Disney. Yes, they're owned by ESPN, but Disney owns ESPN. You could have some Kyle XY ones because they own ABC Family. It could go from the Muppets. It could go to, like I said, Disney princesses, go to Thor, and go to The Simpsons. Imagine Bart Simpson as a Disney princess. Would be kind of cool. But why I am sure that we have a Veve Disney partnership, not a buyout, a partnership, because 2 days ago, David Yu did a podcast with someone called Talk and Shop. I'll find it right now for you. Here it is. It was 2 days ago. It was called Talk and Shop, I guess with someone called Zyber. I didn't really know too much about these guys beforehand, but again, I do tend to watch every Dan Crothers or David Yu interview just because I like to keep up with my investments. Unlike other people that just, do one thing, they don't keep up with it, and they don't dollar cost average, I always do. And in here, around the 7-minute mark, where he's going on about Viacom and all these, David Yu's talking about all these different partnerships that they have. And then they ask him, oh, like Disney, you probably have Disney too. We got, Marvel, DC. And David Yu pauses like, well, we have Marvel. So, and then he kind of drifts off and he goes back to saying, we want all of these people to have, we want all of these content creators. We want all this content from these amazing companies. So he goes on and he doesn't deny it. He doesn't say like, yes, we have Disney, but he does say, he hints and infers saying, well, we have Marvel. So, and that's pretty much it. So I think he soft confirms the partnership. I don't think there's any type of buyout happening. It wouldn't be this early. Disney tends to not, if they do buy things out, they don't tend to buy things out early. They would probably want them to have a couple years of success. Again, the Ecomi company probably lost money for the first few years because they had to give out some of their tokens. They had to pay their people. They weren't making anything. This is the first year. Again, this is their first year that they're doing something. They are in the black. They've made well over 40, probably $50 million by this point. And that's not including the Givenchy signing where it was another $50 million. So grossing 9 figures in 1 year is very, very impressive to do. So the fact that they're able to do that, again, in the first year is very good, and maybe some type of buyout could happen in the future, but definitely not right now. Disney would not buy this company out right now. It took them forever to buy out Fox. It took them forever to buy out all these other companies like Lucasfilm, Star Wars, Marvel, and all that. They are not going to do that for a new company where this is their first year in the black, most likely. Where they've, again, like every new business that has to shell out money to be able to grow. Tesla wasn't profitable until either last year or this year. I think it was last year. They weren't because they were always taking their profits And if they would have stayed that way, they'd be profitable, but they kept growing. They kept building more gigafactories. They kept doing more R&D to research for the Model X, the Model S, the Model Y, all this, the Cybertruck and all that. Ecomi's pretty much the same way. Like, hey, we have these partnerships. Let's use some of this capital and get more partnerships. Let's hire more people. Again, it was probably rough goings there for a little while for Ecomi, doing all this work, getting all these partnerships with really no income. They didn't start getting income until last year when some of it released, but really it wasn't until January, February this year when they really started to explode. So I don't see a Disney buyout coming for a non-profitable company until this year. And again, I put most of my net worth into this company. So I'm not trying to badmouth, not trying to create FUD, unlike some other people, but I'm just letting you know, guys, exactly what I'm doing. Again, 96 million Omi. It hasn't yet been transferred to me, but that 96 million Omi, it was gotten. If this goes down even farther, if it goes down to 0.0030, I'll probably get another million more, but that would be it. That would be absolutely it. I could not get any more than that. And yeah, the link to the interview will be down below. It's about a 30-minute interview, so I suggest watching the whole thing. It's really good. You know, the first minute is just like sponsors or whatever. But again, every single interview with David and Dan, I watch. Why? Because I need to know what's going on. I need to know, hey, are they sick? I need to know, like, hey, are they not there for some reason? Are they, like, you know, completely zoning out? Is their body language different? Because if something is going on with them, that affects my investment, which happens to be a lot of money. At least to me, it's a lot of money. For somebody worth 9 figures, like, all right, a couple $100,000, or, you know, whatever. Spent breakfast on that, you know. But for me, it's a lot of money, and I need to make sure that they're all good. Everything's on the up and up. If I could, I would totally go work for them. Be like, hey, you need anything? Not really as anything as far as developing. It would just be like, hey, you need some water? You need a Gatorade? Something along those lines. If a Disney buyout were to happen, and this is just going to be speculative, it would probably be in the future, probably later this decade, and it would probably be for tens of billions, if not 100. Well, 100 billion is a lot, but it would probably be tens of billions of dollars. And as Dan Lee mentioned in his video, as Disney buys things, they tend to leave things the way they are. So they probably, if they were to buy it, they probably would not shelve anything that they have for Omi, because that's such an integral part of what they're doing as far as selling the NFTs, as far as in the Veveverse, as far as Master Collector Program. So it would be a really complicated process. And again, for them to try to shelve an entire cryptocurrency that hundreds of thousands of people are in would not be a good look for them. That would be the worst PR stunt ever, that, like, worse than Abandoned by Disney, where they go and try to, they bought an island in order to do a Jungle Book type of cruise theme, and the locals were upset because they, just because they felt like Disney was taking over, it wasn't a real thing. They completely abandoned the project, and there's a couple cool stories and cool articles about it, but Disney is not really in the business of being bad PR. They only want good PR. So if they were to buy out Ecomi eventually, it would be for tens of billions of dollars. They would most likely keep the Omi token. But again, that's not probably, if this decade, not towards the end of it, or until maybe even the next decade after that. But again, that partnership with Disney, I'm pretty sure they have, just because of that. And again, even if they had it months ago, or even this year, they had Marvel for 18 months before they announced it. So there's a good chance that the deal with Disney was already inked, they dotted the I's and they crossed the T's. They just haven't announced it yet. I'm pretty sure they've had it for quite some time, at least several months. Again, they probably wanted to go and see, hey, let's see how Marvel does. And once they do that, then they maybe do the finalized, the final copies, you know, they get it notarized and all that. But I'm pretty sure the deal was done months ago. So everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you all. Class dismissed. I'll see you later. Goodbye. Look out for my Hulk video, because we do have that Hulk comic coming out tomorrow. So I'll probably do that video later on tonight. So I'll catch you all later. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.